Hey everybody, welcome to the Shortwave radio channel, and this is the review of the Tecsun AN-48X Active Loop Antenna. What do I think of this thing? Tried it in different locations, and of course there will be videos of other tests done, including longwave and a few more of shortwave. So right now I put it in the back, in my back door window in the kitchen. That's where it seems to work the best. And so, what is this exactly? This is what we call an active antenna. An active antenna has electronics that amplify the signal. It's made in a shape of a loop, if you want. Why? Because it is directional and helps in removing some of the noise, usually, found in reception. It's good for the it's good for the cat that is extremely curious, and it is good for long wave, medium wave, and short wave. It is an antenna that is switchable. So if we look at the control box, and let's go closer to the window here, this at the bottom of the antenna you got this little switch box. So here you put it on shortwave, medium wave, or a long wave, depending on what you're going to listen to. You will actually switch it to the correct position. The amplifier is in here also, apparently. It has a very, very long length of wire attached to it, and that very long length of wire is partly a problem, actually. So Mr. Paul wants to listen to the radio, of course. So basically, what happens is that when the cat gets out of the way, we have the control box that is right here. The box requires two AAA batteries. One button is for the gain, or the amount of amplification. It does not offer much. It's almost like a on-off switch. Most of the times it's like, it's there or not. We don't see that much of a progress when I turn it. The other one is the tuning button. So it's to help and find. So when you put the station here, you will actually tune it until reception is better. It's dreadfully difficult to tune on many frequencies and isn't always working well. I've noticed that where it works the best is 31-25 meter band. The rest of the shortwave spectrum, it's almost impossible to tune, and most of the time even degrades the signal rather than helping it. Also, if you tune another strong station, well, what's going to happen is that you'll hear interference created by that station and over whatever signal you want to listen to. So that's the bad side of it. On medium wave is actually surprisingly good. On medium wave, I really enjoy using it. And on long wave, it seems to improve. I'll need to do more tests. Here, there's a lot of noise, so long wave testing is very, very difficult. What's included with the antenna is also a little stand. So you see here, I put the XH data, you get away on the stand. And the holes there are the holes that you can actually pass the different if you want the adapter through it, depending on what you're using. It comes with an interesting array of connectors because not all radios have all the types of connections that you want. So for example, most portable receivers actually have a ferrite, but the antenna for medium wave is not selectable by plugging it in, because by default this is how you plug in the radio. So any radio that has a external antenna connector will be usable with this antenna, but they actually provided many types of connections so that even if you don't have one, or if, for example, like I just said, medium wave, most radios are using the internal ferrite, they actually have found a way to make sure that you can use the antenna with them. So for AM, in the case where the antenna connector doesn't work, they provide this connector with a ferrite. And what happens is the ferrite, you put it near the radio and it couples with the ferrite inside the radio to actually improve the signal. And look at my videos. I got a couple of videos of medium wave tuning. you see that it works really, really well. Also included in here is a connector that is RCA. So if you have a radio that has an RCA plug for the antenna input, they have the connector for RCA. You also have a interesting connector for the BNC type. So if you have maybe a wideband receiver, like and for example on my R20, I could use it with this BNC connector. So if you have a BNC on your receiver, this is the BNC connector. And finally, for those that have absolutely no antenna connections at all except the telescopic, they thought about it too. You got these clips. So on one side you actually put the connection, and on the other side you've got the clips, and you'll have the red clip for the antenna and the black clip that you can actually plug for a ground, for example on a metal plate, or if you have a water pipe. That's how they actually use it. So for that, it's really nice because it has the full array of connections. Every radio has the possibility of getting connected to this antenna. So the verdict is really that for long wave it seems interesting. For medium wave, it's actually quite good, very directional. If you look at my videos, it's kind of a lot of fun to use there. For shortwave, if you buy this for shortwave, I'm sorry, but this antenna isn't very, very good on shortwave. Most of the time, it's either a hit or miss situation. It often degrades rather than helping. And where it does work, yeah, it works, but honestly, I'm not sure you should spend money on this antenna. If you are to spend money on this antenna, because this is $27. Now, in my case, it's 27 plus 6 for shipping. That's 33. Well, for 44, I had an MLA30, which is a million times better at doing what you want as an antenna. Honestly, it's not really that much bigger, also, the MLA30. And you're much better with an MLA30 than with this antenna, honestly. So, okay on long wave, good on medium wave, not very good on short wave. That's pretty much the verdict of my Tecsun AN-48X Active loop antenna, unfortunately. So that's the review, and if you have any questions, just put them down. But personally, don't waste money on this antenna. I don't think you'll be very happy with it. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.